From the stunning events that drove John Kitzhaber from office to grinding out a state budget, Oregon's new governor answers questions for the first time. Welcome to KOIN 6 News at noon today. I'm Mike Murad.
And I'm Jenny Hansen. New Governor Kate Brown called this week's experiences humbling and inspiring in her first news conference. Now, our Dan Tilken was there in Salem this morning for that big moment in Oregon history. Dan?
One of the first things that Kate Brown did was symbolically different than her predecessor, John Kitzhaber. She went around the room, she asked each reporter, and there were a lot of them, his or her name. She also promised to be more accessible than Kitzhaber to the press and the public. And then she talked about her eagerness to move Oregon forward. Governor, there's been a whirlwind of events. Are you stunned right now? Is this surreal for you?
This has definitely been a bittersweet moment for me. I really respected Governor Kitzhaber's leadership. I'm also excited about having an opportunity to put my own imprint on Oregon, but definitely it's been a bittersweet moment.
Brown was asked about the state budget. The legislature's already been working on one submitted by former Governor Kitzhaber. She sort of sidestepped the issue, saying she'd work with the legislature. She was also asked about the death penalty. She said she would continue the moratorium that Kitzhaber put in place. That is at least until she has more time to look into that issue. She said it was way too soon to speculate whether she'd ever pardon Kitzhaber if he's convicted of anything having to do with his fiancée, Sylvia Hayes, and whether they use the governor's clout to win her consulting contracts. Brown also talked about the strange chain of events last week when Kitzhaber asked her to abruptly return from Washington, D.C. to talk to her face-to-face. She had put out a press release calling the experience bizarre when he then asked her why she came back.
My purpose in issuing the statement was so that Oregonians knew the truth about what had happened.
Did he truly ask you what you were doing there? Like he couldn't figure out what you were doing there?
My recollection is that was the first thing that he said to me, yes.
Now, Brown said that she and her husband, Dan Little, they are excited to move from their home in Portland into Mahonia Hall, which is the governor's mansion here in Salem. She seemed very excited about that. She also said it is way too soon to even talk about whether she would run again in the November 2016 election. Mike, one thing she did say for certain, she will appoint her successor as the next Secretary of State by March 6th.
Okay, Dan Tilken live in Salem. Dan, thank you.